All right, welcome back to Stu47 EVL Garage, and I'm just gonna make a part two to a video I made about a year ago, where I was discussing the Mach 1 automatic versus manual debate. And the reason I'm making this update is because in the years since I've made that video, I think it's about a year, a few things have changed. Not that the Mach 1 has a manual transmission and it's still the automatic. What has changed is I've acquired a 2002 Camaro. It's a very low kilometer car. It's 4,200 or thereabouts. It's maybe 2,800, 2,900 miles. So it's a very, very low mileage car. And it's almost like a new Camaro, basically, a brand new 2002. But the main point of this car is that it's a manual, and it's got the Tremec T56 transmission. That transmission is a couple of generations removed from this particular Mach 1 when they have equipped it with the manual. It's a little bit newer, a generation or two, than the one that's in the Camaro. But I've had opportunities to drive the Mach 1, my own car, automatic. I've also had the manual at the Track Attack, which I've made other videos on. And then since then, I've been able to put a little bit of mileage on this particular car with the manual transmission, and kind of give it a little update on my impressions in the past year. The Camaro here, as I say, it's for all other intents and purposes, it's pretty much a brand new 2002. It was in storage a very, very long time, and now it's back on the road, and I do drive it. So is it fun to drive the manual transmission? I get a lot of those comments. Oh, it's not fun to drive the automatic. The manual's so much more fun. Well, yeah, okay. I've taken this car in the twisties and driven a little bit, and yeah, it could be fun to roll your own gears. Absolutely, absolutely, yeah. It could be a lot of joy and pleasure doing that. But would I select that Camaro with the manual transmission? And I'm going to be clear, is that if you're going to buy an old car like this, a 20 plus year old, 15, 20, 25 or more year old car, absolutely go with the manual transmission. The automatics were absolutely junk back in those days, 20 years ago and more. They didn't shift to the way that they call them slush boxes for a reason. And not just that, but there was different gear ratios for the automatic transmission equipped cars versus the manual. So definitely, when you're looking at a car like this, definitely go with the manual transmission. There's no question in my mind. And if you're getting a smaller displacement like a Mustang with an EcoBoost or something with a 4-cylinder or a 6-cylinder, yes, the manual transmission will probably get the most out of that particular engine combination with the transmission. And yeah, it'll be a lot more enjoyable to drive. But with that said, when I do take my car for a drive, which what I do to, my main go-to is this, the Mach 1. And the main, the reason, among a lot of reasons, is because it's an automatic transmission, and it's just that good. And I drive it around in Sport Plus mode, and it's a lot of fun, and to me, it's enjoyable drive. Oh, I can't say any better than that. Had a hard time getting that one out, but I would pick this car. And if something were to happen to the Mach 1 and I had to go shopping for another one, would I say no to an automatic car? No, absolutely not. I'd buy the automatic car. I'd buy the manual car, whichever one was available, because these cars are just that good. And I know the Dark Horse is coming out, and it's got the Tremec in there too, and that's basically a Mach 1 and S650 trim, in my opinion. That's kind of my take on that particular car, and that's fine. If you're looking for a Mach 1 and you happen to prefer the automatic, great. If you prefer the manual, fantastic. In a new car, it doesn't really matter. It's a different transmission, the Tremec from the T56 of my Camaro to the one that's in the Mustang. It's a different feel altogether. It's a lot more refined. It had the no-lift shift feature, which I tried out the Track Attack. And it was a very, very, very nice, enjoyable drive. But again, the automatics were quicker on the track. And speaking to the instructors there, they said the same exact thing. They said, yeah, if they want to go faster on the track, they'll take the automatic car because it's just that much quicker. So I guess my ultimate point here is that after a year of, another year of driving this Mach 1, I would still pick the automatic over the manual. And that's not a slam against the manual. It's just that for my personal particular driving experience, I prefer the automatic. Not that I can't drive a manual, not that I don't want to drive a manual. Not that I'm, you know, not capable. I've had those comments, oh, if you don't know how to drive a manual, you know, I've been, I can drive a manual. I had many manual cars, and I've been driving manual transmission for decades. So, and I've driven them on the track, I've driven on the street, and if it comes right down to it, if I'm buying an older car or something like this particular Camaro, or even older Mustang, yes, by all means, the manual is definitely the way to go. There is no question in my mind. But I've got the best of both worlds here now, see. I can drive the manual if I feel like it, or I can take out the automatic when I feel like it. So I don't really have to choose, do I? I mean, mind you, the Camaro is not the same as the Mustang. It's an older car. Technology is not the same as it was. Same as it is now. Back then, the technology in 2002, this car was essentially designed in the late 80s, early 90s, I guess they came out. So it's an old technology. But this car is, like I said, almost a brand new example of one with very low mileage on it. So my opinion is, yeah, I don't have to pick. I can take out the manual if I feel like it, and I just did today. Or maybe later on, I'll take out my automatic. It's whatever I feel like. And that's how it is. And like I said, you really can't compare the 2002 technology or previous to the 2002 technology to the Mustang. But the Mach 1 is just that good, and I have no regrets, zero regrets buying the automatic, and I find myself driving the Mach 1 a whole heck of a lot more than the Camaro, but that's just my take on things. So, there you go. I'm opening the comments up, let them fly. If you enjoy your Mustang with the automatic, fantastic. If you like it with the manual, wonderful. I don't have to pick. I mean, not that I have two Mustangs, but I don't have to pick. I can drive either a manual or an automatic anytime I feel like it. I'm fortunate like that. And that's it. So that's the update to the 1 year later video. I'm still standing by my original opinion on this particular car. I'll just drive the automatic anytime I feel like it. And I pick the automatic over the manual every single time. Unless, of course, like I said, if something happens and I got to buy another one and that's all I can find is a manual, well, I guess that's what we're going to get, right? And that's fine, too. In the meantime, I'm going to put the T-tops back on this thing and clean it off from a little drive I took with it. If you all enjoyed this video, please click like and subscribe. I enjoy my viewers' comments back and forth. Just be nice. And, yeah. So until next time, I'll see you.